Tonight, HU Student Film Organization takes center stage as their 4th annual film festival weekend kicks off. Stay tuned.
Hampton softball alum Monet Davis makes history again, and this time as a pro.
Plus, You, Me, and Tuscany takes over the box office. All that and more coming up.
WHOV's 2026 senior show starts right now.
From pirate to pirate, from your home to your home by the sea, Hampton University's newscast, WHOV-TV. Every Thursday in Hampton Roads, we are your voice. You can count on us to keep you updated on all the noise. Nationwide, school-wide, what's trending and what's in the sky. Pirates, this is the only news channel that is just for you. WHOV, the Scripps Howard News Watch starts right now.
Good evening, Pirates. I'm Chris Llewellyn.
And I'm Jay Abubakar. Thanks for tuning in to WHOV's annual senior show.
Tonight, you're in for a treat, as this show is anchored by all graduating seniors.
T-minus 22 days till we cross that stage.
But first, you know we have to get down to business.
As graduation draws near, we are highlighting our seniors before they leave our home by the sea. Who better than our very own Miss Hampton University?
To many on campus, she's known as Miss Hampton, but beyond the title, Jordan Holden says who she is simple.
I like to say that I never meet a stranger. I like to make people laugh. I like to make people feel comfortable. At my heart, I'm really just a social butterfly. When I was in kindergarten, my teacher said I was a social butterfly, and it has stuck with me ever since.
That personality is exactly what pushed her to run for Miss Hampton.
And I really felt like Miss Hampton was supposed to be a person that every person on campus can see themselves in. I want somebody to feel comfortable. I want them able to see themselves in me and know that being Miss Hampton doesn't mean that you're the most perfect person on campus and the gowns and the crowds and all that stuff. It's just somebody that truly just embodies who they are.
And when she won, she said it all felt worth it.
I kind of was shocked because I was like, no way I won. But it just felt like everything that I had went through at Hampton all led up to that one moment. So it felt like every setback, every tear, every late night finally was worth something.
Outside of the crown, Holden stays active on campus through leadership, dance, and sisterhood.
I feel like I've left my imprint here at Hampton University. I feel like I've truly sat here and let Hampton University know Jordan Holden is that girl. And no matter the setbacks, no matter what I went through, I persevere, and I am the definition of resilience.
As she prepares to pass the crown on, she hopes her legacy is felt beyond the title. Now, she's taking that same energy to her next chapter.
So after graduation, I'm moving to New York, and I am going to Columbia University to get my master's in strategic communications, and I'm as well starting a full-time job as a marketing director. From high school to now, I have always been the type to just put as much as possible on my plate and find a way to manage it. So I feel like I can finally exhale and breathe after post-grad.
You can watch Holden's final walk as Miss Hampton this Sunday. At Hampton University, I'm Trinity Polk with WHOV-TV.
The 68th Miss Hampton, Jordan Holden, passes on the crown this Sunday as new contestants prepare to take the stage. The Mr. and Miss Hampton pageants are upcoming, and you do not want to miss them. The 25th annual Mr. Hampton University Scholarship Pageant is coming up tomorrow at 6 p.m. in Ogden Hall, and the 69th Miss Hampton University Scholarship Pageant will be on Sunday at 6 p.m. in the same location. For both Mr. and Miss, there are 9 contestants hoping to win the crown. Each participant will showcase a variety of outfits, talents, and specialties. Make sure you come out, support, and see who will serve as the face of our home by the sea next year.
Black is Gold held their 4th annual diaper drive over the weekend. Students donated diapers and wipes of all sizes to support single mothers and their children in the Hampton Roads area.
Together and be able to put together an event to give back to other people. I feel like it's so impactful and it's so beautiful to see that what a bunch of people could do could help somebody else.
All donations were sent to the Glow Center, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping women in the city of Hampton. Now, Hamptonians know how to dress, but this time it was for a cause. HBCU Canvas partnered with Solis and Title IX to walk for denim on Tuesday. The participants put on their best denim fits and walked around campus to show their support for sexual assault survivors. HBCU Canvas says Tuesday wasn't just a walk. It was a statement, a reminder, and a stand for survivors everywhere. Congressman Bobby Scott visited Hampton on Saturday for a dynamic panel discussion for many topics. Scott talked about everything from federal loans to how students can vote in upcoming elections.
So we were looking at trying to create questions that were insightful for, one, the students to be able to hear from Congressman Scott, and then also thinking about how can we, promote higher level thinking among our student body as it relates to political topics as well. I think that the students really did benefit from that. I feel like there were a lot of questions that, people were really speaking from the heart, and also just speaking from a place of ambiguity.
Scott was also recently announced as Hampton's 2026 commencement speaker. See you there, Congressman.
Now the cameras are rolling and film is taking center stage right here at HU. Starting today in the Scripps Auditorium, the Student Film Organization is hosting its 4th annual film festival. The event starts today at 6 p.m. and runs through Saturday. The festival will feature student films, panels, and special guests. The festival gives young creators real experience and a chance to share their stories. Now, HU gives seniors the chance to reflect on their time at their home by the sea. We know these last 4 years have been full of unforgettable moments and memories you'll cherish. So, if you want to share your Hampton story, stop by the Student Center next Monday or Thursday between 11 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. Hashtag countdown to commencement.
Up next, Governor Spanberger issues a statement after a former Virginia politician killed himself and his spouse.
And former Vice President Kamala Harris pays an HBCU a visit.
We'll be right back after this. Just in today, Governor Abigail Spanberger responded to the murder-suicide tragedy that struck the Commonwealth early this morning. Police say former Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax shot and killed his wife Serena, in their Annandale home before killing himself. The two were amid a divorce, and the 2 children that they had in the home were both there during the shooting. Their son called 911, and Spanberger shared her condolences in a statement saying, quote, "I am praying for the Fairfax children, and I may ask my fellow Virginians to hold them in their hearts and prayers." Fairfax was the 2nd Black man to be elected statewide in the Commonwealth.
New details are emerging in the Virginia Beach oceanfront shooting that left 8 people injured over the weekend. Authorities say Jemiah Williams admitted to firing a gun during the incident. Williams appeared in Virginia Beach court on Monday for her first hearing. She is facing 5 charges, including reckless use of a firearm and assault. Police responded to reports of gunfire on Saturday night. They found 8 people with gunshot wounds. All 8 victims are expected to live.
The city of Hampton has officially banned camping and sleeping on public property. Citizens who ignore the ban are at risk of facing a Class 2 misdemeanor. This could leave them with $1,000 in fines and up to 6 months in jail. City Manager Mary Bunting says the ban was put in place to protect businesses and residents in the area. However, this ban has left many wondering about the impacts on Hampton's homeless population.
People who ensure that the city has a tool for police officers to be able to ask people who are causing disruptions to neighborhoods or businesses to leave public property when they're doing that.
Other news, former Vice President Kamala Harris made a special visit to North Carolina A&T on Tuesday. She visited the university during her national book tour for her book, 107 Days. Harris spoke to students and leaders about the power of their vote. The former vice president emphasized the importance of their voices, specifically because of recent political measures in North Carolina, like the state removing the nation's largest HBCU early voting site earlier this year. Harris says, quote, "They are afraid of your voices." She ended her speech with a thank you to all the students for what they will one day achieve.
A family is looking to hold an energy drink company responsible for the death of their teen daughter. The family of 17-year-old Larissa Rodriguez filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Alani last week. They say her death was actually due to her heart not being able to take the high amount of caffeine from the drink. The lawsuit raises concerns about proper product safety and marketing practices for energy drinks. During a press conference last Saturday, Larissa's mother said, quote, "I hope people out there are aware now concerning the safety warnings on energy drinks."
The Artemis II crew has safely returned to Earth, landing in the Pacific Ocean to conclude their 10-day mission. The crew landed last week, Astronauts Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen completed the first lunar flyby in over 50 years. The crew spent their days in space, achieving a distance of over 200,000 miles from Earth. The mission was a success, with NASA and onlookers welcoming them home.
There's always a lot going on in politics, Pirates, and this week is nothing new. It's time for Let's Stay Federal. Vice President J.D. Vance met with Iranian officials in the capital of Pakistan this week for new negotiations. The goal was for Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz and potentially end the conflict. However, last week's negotiations made no progress. No peace deal was made, and the strait remains restricted. And Iran says it still will not give up its nuclear program.
We need to see an affirmative commitment that they will not seek a nuclear weapon, and they will not seek the tools that would enable them to quickly achieve a nuclear weapon.
A U.S. blockade has since taken effect on Iranian ports of the strait. As of now, future negotiations are uncertain.
7 people have been arrested in connection to a deadly stampede in Haiti. At least 25 deaths have been confirmed. A local DJ invited people out to the historical site via TikTok. One of the entrances were closed so the security officials could collect visitors' fees. People began to shove their way in, which unfortunately led to more violence. Gunshots were allegedly fired, accompanied by tear gas. On Tuesday, 3 days of national mourning for the victims began. All arrests are pending further legal action. Up next, we have the weather.
This weekend is heating up.
Plus, the latest updates on Hurricane El Nino.
Stay with us, Pirates.
Good evening, Pirates. I'm Sophia Guerra bringing you the weather forecast for the last time. I hope you had your sunscreen on today. The sun was on full display today, making it the hottest day of the week with a 91-degree heat wave and a low of 67 degrees. Friday will bring partly cloudy skies during the day with a high of 83 degrees. The sky will clear during the evening and bring light winds, and expect a low of 63 degrees. Make sure you soak up the sun on Saturday. The high will be 79 with the sunshine and a low of 70 in the evening. Expect a few showers during the day on Sunday and a cool temperature at 73 degrees and a drop to 49 degrees. And next week will be sunny throughout the week with a few showers over the weekend. Monday is mostly sunny with a high of 61 and a low of 46. Tuesday will reach a high of 64 and a low of 52. And Wednesday through Friday will have partly cloudy skies. Wednesday will rise to 80 degrees and drop to 61 degrees. The pattern of Hurricane El Nino is reshaping this year's hurricane season. Warmer waters in the Pacific are altering wind patterns across the Atlantic, reducing the number of storms, but not the strength of them. Experts warn that even with fewer hurricanes, it only takes one powerful system to cause major change to the coast. Communities are urged to stay prepared and monitor forecasts closely as the season develops. Well, that's all I have for you, Pirates. It's been a pleasure making your day brighter every Thursday.
Thanks, Sophia. Up next, let's see how our Pirates are doing in sports this week.
And the track star is getting paid next season.
We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, Pirates. I'm Cub Bennett with your sports for tonight. Let's get started with your Pirate Weekly Rundown. Now, Hampton's track and field teams are in North Carolina for a pair of meets. A few middle distance runners and throwers will be at Wake Forest today and Friday. The rest of the team will be in Greensboro at the Aggie Invitational on Friday. Good luck. And softball concludes their 2026 home schedule this weekend, hosting Charleston. Game 1 will be on Friday at 3 p.m., Game 2 being on Saturday at 3 p.m., and Game 3 being on Sunday at 1 p.m. And Pirate football is back with their annual spring showcase this Saturday at 12 noon in Armstrong Stadium. Head coach Van Malone and the Pirates will scrimmage and display their skills with an entire new rebuild. The event is free and open to the public. The Aggie community mourns the loss of 20-year-old Kelvin Broadhurst Jr. Broadhurst died this past Saturday after losing control while riding his motorcycle. He recorded 13 tackles and 1.5 sacks as a defensive lineman during his time at North Carolina A&T. Members of the Divine Nine community, along with members of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, share stories of how he uplifted everyone in his community. The brothers of his fraternity held a vigil in remembrance. WHOV sends our condolences. Now, the NBA is set off to start playoffs this Saturday and continue all the way to mid-June. But before the playoffs begin, the play-in games must be finalized. It's going to be the Suns versus the Warriors and the Hornets versus the Magic. Whichever team wins will face the number 1 seeds of their respective conference. After the play-in tournament concludes on Friday, the playoffs will begin with 4 games on Saturday. Will the Oklahoma City Thunder repeat as champions? Tune in this Saturday. 6 WNBA draft was one for the ages. Some of this year's highlights include Azzi Fudd going number 1 overall and 6 UCLA players being drafted in the first 20 picks. Not to mention Flau'jae Johnson is headed to Seattle after originally being selected by the Golden State Valkyries. Held in New York City, this was a great deal of excitement and heartwarming moments that you couldn't get anywhere else. Now, time for us to shout out some Black icons making plays in sports and their upholding of the standard. A congratulation is in order for Mo'ne Davis. She's a Hampton alumna coming from Philadelphia with an amazing pitch. Mo'ne also studied journalism in our very own Scripps Howard. She is actually the first female pitcher to win the Little League World Series, and she is signed to the Indianapolis Clowns after an amazing performance with the Little League World Series. The Indianapolis Clowns is Banana Baseball's new club, and Mo'ne has been selected as 10th overall. Hampton and WHOV is sending her love and luck from her home by the sea. The only 4-time MVP in WNBA history wants to remain in Las Vegas long term. Well, the Aces have put all their cards on the table and went all in. Yesterday, A'ja Wilson signed a 3-year, $5 million contract to remain with the Las Vegas Aces. Due to the increased salary cap from the new CBA, Wilson's contract is the largest in WNBA history, with a starting salary of $1.4 million that kicks into next season. Well, that's all for the sports I have for you tonight. It was a pleasure. Back, Chris.
Thanks, Cub. Don't go just yet.
It's a hot week in Hollywood as Beaverchella sparks nostalgia and controversy.
And this box office hit brings Black romance to the screen. We'll be right back.
Hey Pirates, I'm Cheyenne Brown and I am your entertainment anchor for one last time. Now let's get this party started. Justin Bieber's Coachella performance leaves fans asking, what do you mean? The pop singer has been facing backlash after his stripped down performance on Saturday, featuring him on a stool and a hoodie and shorts. Bieber had his laptop connected to the big screen and displayed his music videos and some viral memes from YouTube. Several people took to Twitter expressing their thoughts, including Katy Perry, who joked, I hope he has premium. Many fans felt for $1 million, $10 million to be exact, he should have given more of an exciting show. It sounds like the baby singer might be dishing out some sorries very soon.
It's time. Hell yeah. Ski.
That's right, Pirates. R&B stars Usher and Chris Brown are teaming up for a co-headlining tour. The two announced the collaboration in a joint Instagram post last Friday. And on Tuesday, the full tour schedule was released. So you want to check it out to see if they're coming to a city near you. The tour kicks off this summer, and it will run through the end of the year. Tell your man I'm sorry. Speaking of being sorry, has Kanye all fallen down all of a sudden? The rapper is offering to speak to members of the Jewish community after being refused entry into the UK for his anti-Semitic past. Kanye made a post in January apologizing for his recent behavior and actions, sharing that his actions is based on his bipolar I disorder. The festival he was due to perform at has been canceled, and as a result, guests has been issued refunds. West has also postponed his performance in France as the country's interior minister seeks to block his entry as well. Now, Virginia Beach police are looking for a man who allegedly created about 30 fake library accounts. This suspect has used accounts to check out Nintendo Switch consoles and games. He has not returned anything. The police describe him as a black male in his 30s with short hair and short beard. To submit an anonymous tip, you can call 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. Download the P3 app or visit www.p3tips.com. Actress Aubrey Plaza is expecting her first child. However, people online claim that she's moving on too fast after the untimely death of her late husband, Jeff Bahema, despite being separated at the time of his passing. The media isn't helping either with the various articles having backhanded titles. It really speaks on how women are treated in the industry. Though Plaza hasn't responded to the backlash, she's excited to start this new chapter in her life. And Hollywood is taking notice after a strong start for You, Me, and Tuscany. The new rom-com starring Halle Bailey and Reggae John Page opened theaters this weekend across the U.S. and is already seeing early box office success. Producer Will Packer says audiences' responses, it has to matter, stating that it could help determine how often Black lead rom-coms get back on their big screen in a major way. Well, that's all the entertainment I have for you tonight, Pirates. Thank you so much for an amazing 4 years. Back to you, Jade and Chris.
Thank you, Shy. As you guys know, this is the seniors' last WHOV show ever.
And although goodbyes are hard, our Scripps family wanted to share some final words before we leave. And maybe a couple tears.
Hi, seniors. Congratulations. I am so proud of you guys, everyone who's graduating.
Putting a lot of hours. You know, the work has been hard, but you guys are graduating now. It's a big time accomplishment.
I can't wait to see what you do in the future. You know, a lot of people I knew beforehand, who most of which were seniors, really helped guide me through it.
You are ready. You are ready for the world. You are going to do great and wonderful things. Your classes have prepared you. WHOV has prepared you. Hampton has prepared you. But most of all, you have prepared you.
You have all the experience under your belt that you need, and you're going to do great. You're going to do great things.
You're going to take your diploma and run far away. And don't look back until you've had ample distance and ample opportunity, until you've lived those good lives.
What is something I find special about the entire WHB senior class?
Their humor. They are so funny. They are the funniest people that I've met.
How outgoing and ambitious they all are. You know, it seems like every week they're like winning new awards or going to different trips and just doing different things on campus.
I really love who they are. They're very outgoing, very sweet, and a great sign of leadership.
Everybody seemed to give me a hard time. I'm doing the editing, I'm doing the script. They text me on the side, BL, you got this, BL, you got that. I'm gonna miss that a little bit because now it's gonna be me in those shoes.
I'm gonna miss you all so much. Thank you so much for all that you've done for WHOV.
This senior class is really special to me because this is the first class that I've seen from freshmen to seniors.
I will be happy for you and your future, but I will also have a hole in my heart.
Jade, you were so active on campus, not only within this organization, but with other organizations. So now I just want you to take time, reap the benefits, and I can't wait to see Jade in her next chapter. Chris, the same with you. You do so much. I love how much you care. Just the person you are, girl. You love the weekend.
And as you step into this next chapter, I pray you continue to feel that you're never alone. I don't have to understand you to love you, but thankfully I do. But most importantly, you understand you. So don't jinx yourself into thinking that you don't understand you. You're talented, you're gifted, and you're gonna do so well. I don't think that now, but I've thought that the entire time.
Wow. The Scripps family says they will miss all the members.
But most importantly, they can't wait to see what's in store for all of our futures. Well, Pirates, that's all we have for you tonight. It's been so much fun not only being your anchor for tonight, but your executive producers.
WHOV has been such a big part of our Hampton experience, and we are so grateful for everything it has allowed us to do.
From scholarships and interviews with celebrities to trips to Detroit and New York, we have truly loved being a part of such an amazing news crew.
To our professors, advisors, mentors, and everyone who spent their time and energy helping us grow as journalists, thank you.
To our news crew, producers, writers, anchors, thank you for trusting us through all the highs and the lows.
We love you all so much, and we cannot wait to see how you all shine. I'm Chris Llewellyn.
And I'm Jade Abubakar with WHOV TV. Good night, Pirates.